that can't be pierced. And he took those who were the criminals and they became the saints, and those who were the sick became healthy, and those who were blind could see. He didn't touch their forehead and look now, they're healed. No, he gave them the power of the name. That was all. The example of being a slave to God, a humble servant, and the technology to uplift their spirits so they could heal from within. He didn't heal them. He gave the opportunity for the regeneration within themselves through the practice and through the Shabbat and through the Sangat and the Pandit, the sharing together. The opportunity to heal as the Sangat and cared about each. And it's no different for us today, that we care about each of us, that we don't fall. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us that foundation so that even when the pressure gets so heavy and we have that pressure and I'm feeling that pressure, that still in the midst of it we find our way through it and we do not fall and we do not fail. And that even as this world crashes and stocks crash and this crash, that we rise. We become the butter of that milk. But what does it take to make butter? You just snap your fingers, there's butter. What does it take to make butter? Churning. You're churning. Remember they used to show the picture? Now they have machines, but in those days, you churn and you churn and you churn and you churn until it separates, until it goes in this. I don't like butter sheet, but I know you can churn. You ever see those things with the sticks in them? But what comes from that? That butter, the milk solids. Then we heat it. It becomes the ghee. It becomes that pure oil that will stay and not even put it outside. It can be heated, doesn't still get bad. And this is this churning process that we go through in life to become that golden ghee. Right? That beautiful princess and prince. And Guru promises that to us. And it's in that relationship. Because when everything else is finished and I can't call on you and I can't call on you and I can't call on you and I'm not able to call on you, I can call on my Guru. If we look at elections, we have them here, but also let's take a look at the U.S. There is so much focus on two men. That one of these two men is going to get elected, and one of these two men, who is mortal beings like you and I, is going to be the next Messiah, who's going to take us to the freedom land and bring peace to this earth. Is it Obama? Is it that one other John McCain? Right? Is it Dion? Is it Harper? We put our trust in these men who are limited by their own emotions and limited by their own preferences and limited by their own dependencies and limited by their own addictions and limited by their own perspectives and values. But we put all our focus that they're going to solve this crisis. When the crisis is not about the human, it's not about the crisis. This is happening, it's global. It's global, and it's not just the human aspect, it's the environment, it's the planets, it's the alignment. It's the times, it's the shift, it's the end of a cycle of time. There's things beyond our control that are moving this, not economy, not Wall Street. They're just symptoms. They're just outcomes of an imbalance that was created in these past 2,000 of years that took us from the golden age to the dark age. That's all. Men are not. In fact, in this coming time, it said that the women will carry this world, not the men. That women will bring peace to this world, not men, in this coming age. That it's the age of maternal, the age of mother, the age of a woman's vibration that will bring the nurturing that will save humanity, not us men who think our egos are bigger than the sky. And Guru is preparing us. The relationship is that Guru is preparing us step by step by step by step, to become understanding that that devotion to the name, to the Nam, is that which is going to carry us through and usher in this age of peace. And those of us who came to it, those of us who were born into it, who have been fortunate enough in this lifetime to be in the presence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib, few in this world population, few, have been given a great blessing. We have been blessed. I have been blessed. But if it's true that we say that faith can move mountains, have we heard that saying? That with faith you can move a mountain? We've heard that saying. Then is it not also true that without faith, even that smallest petal, that smallest grain of sand is not going to be hard to lift? Without faith? That smallest grain of sand we won't be able to pick up. And this is what's happening to the psyche and the nervous system of humanity. That it's getting hard to lift that little kernel of sand. So then we become depressed, and then we go on to medication, and then our lives are finished. That's the end of it. Because the medication takes over our rational minds. We don't have a rational mind when we take medications, chemicals that change the entire chemistry of the body. That's it. And Guru has given us the medication. And what is the medication that Guru gives us? Meditation. Medicate or meditate? That's a choice to make. Has given us the meditative quality, the meditative mind, the intelligence, and the hope, so that we don't fall into that pit of self-despair. That's why when I say that there's those values that this society that we assimilated to, but then there's the values. I took on a new set of values when I had to learn about it. I gave up those values. I saw those values don't work. I lived in those values. I was raised in those values. They don't work. They're not real. We weren't told the truth. That's what I went on my search so young, because at 10 years old, that I knew right at that moment that I was not being told the truth. That there was more to what is happening than I was being told.